Good morning. This talk is about my Coach Warren bot. It's an example of narrow AI on the Windows laptop. And I'd like to thank Mont Hanley of the Purdue University Northwest Commercialization and Manufacturing Excellence Center for inviting me to give this talk. Why am I here? I'm here today to stimulate your imagination. Imagine that this bot is adapted to other industries. For example, the different colleges of Purdue University Northwest, and I am also interested in Purdue University Northwest developing an Augmented Intelligence Institute, which we can talk about later. After my talk, you may play with the laptop prototype and make suggestions on upgrades and improvements that you may wish. This is what the screen looks like for my particular application. I use this to remind me about the knowledge base that I am interested in for my work. I do value investing, and I like to be reminded of the content in the knowledge base that's represented in Warren Buffett's letters to his shareholders. It's got information from his letters from 1977 to about 2017. In the interface, you can type a question, or you can click on the list on the left-hand side, or you can also click Teach Me, which activates his basic 4 filters criteria. The application can also be put into verbose mode when the user presses Talk, and that picks up random concepts and plays them back in a sequential manner with about a 2-second pause in between. Now I will play the 2-minute video for you and then resume the rest of the talk.
Please type your name first, then you may ask me a question. How do you do that? I'm Warren.
How do you do, bud? My name is Warren. My knowledge is based on the writings of Warren Buffett. Ask me a question. Value. We define intrinsic value as the discounted value of the cash that can be taken out of a business during its remaining life. Anyone calculating intrinsic value necessarily comes up with a highly subjective figure that will change both as estimates of future cash flows are revised and as interest rates move. My pal Charlie Munger has always emphasized the study of mistakes rather than successes, both in business and other aspects of life. Charlie said, "Let's go for the wonderful business. Teach me." Okay, bud, which filter are you thinking about? Type U for understanding, SCA for sustainable competitive advantage, ADM for able and trustworthy management, or MOS for margin of safety. MOS, an intrinsic value significantly below the market price, give you a margin of safety. In the final chapter of The Intelligent Investor, Ben Graham wrote, confronted with a challenge to distill the secret of sound investment into 3 words, we venture the motto, margin of safety. Many years after reading that, I still think those are the right 3 words. The failure of investors to heed this simple message caused them staggering losses.
Continuing, I do have a book about this application that was released in 2011, and it is available on Amazon.com. Within that book, I generated an imaginary conversation with Mr. Warren Buffett, and the conversation was basically generated by this software. Finally, one of my goals of giving this talk today is to try to convince the university into developing an Augmented Intelligence Institute. I like the idea of using the word augmented instead of artificial intelligence. Just as an aside, experts say that we are going to go through 3 phases. Currently we are in what they call the narrow intelligence phase of artificial intelligence, or artificial narrow intelligence, where software programs are basically programmed to do one thing very well. Then in the future, this will evolve into greater general purpose artificial intelligence, or what they call artificial general intelligence. And then further in the future, there are hopes by scientists to develop super artificial intelligence. My goal is to begin the process of developing local practical applications here in Northwest Indiana, and ones that would serve to bring the various colleges of Purdue University Northwest closer together, and also practical applications for the Northwest Indiana business community. Thank you for listening to this talk. I will be happy to answer your questions and learn more about some of the features that you are interested in. If you wish to learn more about my software projects, you can go to YouTube and just type in BudLab IBM Watson. Those 3 words should bring up the various videos that I have posted on my channel. Again, thank you for this invitation, and I look forward to talking with you in the future about other software applications that I have built.